So Anthony Gortastic, hi Anthony. When you wrote Gorecki, did you stop and think, yes, this is it, this is the one? While I love all your tracks, I'll never forget watching my wife walk down the aisle to that tune 10 years ago. Sniffle. Are you crying because you got married? Did we stop and think? To be honest, when we wrote that song, it was a long time ago, and we just had a huge falling out about it. I put some beats down that Lou said was pedestrian, and it originally had a different chorus which I thought was slushy and that I didn't like, and so we got to a bit of an impasse with it. And Lou didn't want to change her lyrics, and I didn't want to change the drums.
Yeah, it was. There were moments where we nearly dropped the whole song and decided not to proceed with it at all. But I mean, I think a lot of the songs that are challenging like that are worth persevering with, and I think we've learnt over the years that that's the dynamic of Lamb, that we kind of wrestle a bit with songs, and that's what makes our sound the way it is. So, but I don't think we did kind of think this is the one or whatever. I mean, definitely we came to a point when we were writing that song that we played it back and I was just like, wow, this is quite something. But I mean, it was our first experience with strings as well. I mean, somebody else asked us a question about Gorecki and said I can't find the person's name, but they were saying, will you write another song like Gorecki? Here we go. Kate Hertzberger, can you create another piece like Gorecki, the synthesis of symphony and you, along with the ambience and tone created through your words, and just that hits the spot like only two other songs in my experience do. Pretty please, she says. First of all, it's kind of hard to write a song like another song, and it's not really artistically very rewarding to do that, but thank you for what you say about the synthesis of it all. Gorecki was our first experience of writing with strings, and actually, even though it sounds like quite an impressive string section, it was two cellos that we kind of recorded over and over again and detuned and tuned high, and so that we kind of we sort of pieced together a string section in our tiny studio in Manchester. So having said that, it's quite a good sort of first experience of symphony, and
but it's a bit like saying, remember that guy that you used to go out with 10 years ago, Dave? Can I have another boyfriend a bit like him? It's like, there's only one Dave.
And there's only one Gorecki.
So it's quite, you can kind of put Dave's clothes on someone else, but it's still not Dave. It's a bit like that with writing songs.
Yeah, and the moment you try and match another song is the moment you fail. I think the whole point with the writing process is that it's really open and free flowing, and trying to write something like something else is just, it's not creatively stimulating. And I think we have written, I think, on this record at the moment we're just there's 4 songs that are going to have beautiful string arrangements on them by a guy called Tom Trapp, who's based in Holland and who we worked with when we played with the Amsterdam Sinfonietta. And we're really excited about how those are going to sound. And yeah, I mean, I think there's many songs that hopefully hit the mark emotionally and creatively in a to a similar extent than Gorecki, but just in a different way.